I'm what's left of Tom Pearce. And I got to tell you, I got that from a guy that's from this community. He's passed away also, but Sharky Whittle used to introduce himself to everyone as I'm what's left of Sharky Whittle. And so in his honor, I've copied that. I had the privilege of being the director or team leader, whatever term makes the most sense, of North Kent Connect. Back then it was North Kent Community Service Center, and then became North Kent Service Center, now North Kent Connect. And I did that for 14 years. And that was the incredible community that surrounds all of the memories that I have. This place has been blessed with employees that are right from this area, with board members who live within the area, incredible churches who have supported it in amazing ways, all the volunteers that come from those churches and from the community, the businesses who have supported this place in so many amazing ways, and then the schools even. You know, they all would rally at different times when we needed help. They'd have a can drive, or they would have a clothing drive, and so this community has really done an incredible job of reaching out to the people in need and utilizing this ministry to do it. We had a wind shear that was a mile wide that came through the Rockford community, and we lost power for over a week at the center at that time. And we were in jeopardy of losing everything in our walk-in freezer. We were in jeopardy of losing, everything really. And one call to one of the businesses here, it happened to be Old Orchard at the time, and they said, put it all on pallets, bring it here, and we'll put it in our freezer. But the people just saw the need, and they responded. And they responded in the very best way that they could. And I'll never forget that week. It was an amazing week. When I first got to North Kent Service Center, now North Kent Connect, we were bulging at the seams at the building that Marilyn had helped get built and utilize. That was one of the reasons that the transit service ended up being merged with Hope Network, was we just didn't have room to do everything there that we needed to do. And it was becoming more and more apparent to the board. It was very apparent to myself and our staff that we needed to do something. And I've got to credit the board president at that time for actually getting it started, and that was John Decker. I had talked about this for so long with him that finally one day John just said, stop talking about it and let's get it done. And so his pushing is what really helped me get that energy that I needed to move forward with the capital campaign. We were getting all the literature prepared. We were getting all of the media pumps prepared. We were doing everything that we could to get set to get started. And we were scheduled to start on a Friday. And earlier that week, there was something called 9/11.
Commuter planes would run into the World Trade Centers.
And I am sitting there watching this terrible thing going on in New York City and at the Pentagon. And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to destroy my capital campaign, because everyone's hearts and everyone's resources were going to head east to help those people. But God showed up, and the community showed up, and the foundations that support this community showed up. And I was amazed to see, even in the midst of all of our hearts and compassion going out east, people still had a compassion for North Kent community. This woman wrote and said they had just gone to the grocery store and they were driving home. They spent their last dime on groceries for however long they were going to last. And They had had a conversation the night before that Christmas was going to be very, very meager that year. And one of her children from the back seat said, "Mom, do you think there'll be at least one present under the tree for us?" And she began to cry. She wasn't even sure there's going to be a tree. Then somebody told her about North Kent and the ministry here. And so she came and she signed up. And as they were driving away, she wrote in her little note to me, "I cried again. Now for joy, because this community, this ministry, made Christmas happen for my family. And my kids would have had nothing without it. And I'll never forget how important this place is. Most families don't know to communicate it like that, but those emotions are there in every family we've helped over the decades. So thank you for 50 years of caring for this community."